All right, if you're a teacher, a state employee, or any public worker here in Georgia, you're going to want to listen up. Some really big news just landed that could completely change your retirement picture. So let's get right into what's different and what it means for your wallet. So let's just jump right in. For a long time, a lot of you have probably felt frustrated seeing your benefits get chipped away by these, old, outdated rules. Well, guess what? That's all changed. And this isn't just good news, it's fantastic news for your financial future. Now, to really appreciate how big of a deal this is, we've got to take a quick look back at the old system. And let's be honest, for a lot of people, it just felt completely unfair. So let's talk about how exactly your benefits were getting cut. Okay, so first, there was this thing called the windfall elimination provision, or WEP for short. This was a real pain for anyone who, worked in the public sector and also had a private sector job at some point. Think about it. Maybe you're a teacher in Georgia, paying into your pension, right? But you also worked summers or had a job before teaching where you paid into Social Security. Well, WEP would just come in and slash the Social Security benefits you earned from that other job. We're talking hundreds of dollars a month, just gone. And then there was the other rule, the Government Pension Offset, or GPO. This one was all about spousal and survivor benefits. So let's say you were supposed to get Social Security benefits through your spouse, but you also had your own government pension. The GPO would cut those spousal benefits by 2/3 of what your pension was. I mean, in a ton of cases, it just wiped them out entirely. And, this really hit women the hardest. So you see what was happening here, right? It was like a double whammy. On one hand, WEP was cutting into the Social Security you earned, and on the other, GPO was taking away the spousal benefits you were depending on. It was basically a system that punished you for being a public servant. But the great news is, that system is officially history. Which brings us to the hero of our story, the solution. It's a game-changing piece of legislation called the Social Security Fairness Act. And it doesn't just tweak the rules, it throws them out completely. So get this. For about 40 years, WEP and GPO have been chipping away at your money. But on January 5th, 2025, the Social Security Fairness Act became law and put a stop to all of it. And here's the best part, and you really need to hear this. It's retroactive all the way back to January 2024. That means you could be looking at a whole year's worth of back payments. Pretty incredible, right? So what does this new act really do? It's actually super simple, but so powerful. First, it permanently gets rid of the WEP. Boom, gone. Second, it does the exact same thing for the GPO. Boom, gone too. And third, that retroactive part means you can actually get back the money that was unfairly taken from you all throughout 2024. Okay, that's the legal stuff. But let's talk about what really matters. What does this mean for you? For your retirement, for your family, for your peace of mind? Let's get right to the bottom line. For so many public workers in Georgia, this is not some tiny adjustment. We are talking about hundreds of extra dollars in your pocket every single month. I mean, for a lot of folks, that is an absolutely life-changing amount of money for retirement. Just think about all the wins here. You've got more money coming in every month. You might get a nice lump sum check for those back payments. And your spouse or survivor, they're finally protected. It all boils down to one priceless thing: real, solid financial security for your retirement. All right, so the law has changed, and it's fantastic news. The big question now is, what do you do next? How do you make absolutely sure you get every single penny you're entitled to? And that really is the key, isn't it? This is about more than just money. It's about stability. It's about finally being able to plan your future with confidence, knowing you're going to get the benefits you worked so hard for. But, figuring out all the details to make sure you get every last dollar, that can get a little tricky. And honestly, that's where getting a little bit of expert help can make a huge difference. Trying to figure out exactly how those back payments work for you, or how this changes your bigger retirement picture. It's not always crystal clear. Here at Georgia's Safe Retirement Planners, this is exactly what we do. For over 15 years, we've been focused on one thing: helping Georgia's public servants with these very specific challenges. It's our bread and butter. We live and breathe this stuff, and our whole goal is to build retirement plans that squeeze every bit of value out of these new, much fairer rules. And we keep things really, really simple. It all starts with a free, no-pressure chat. We'll just sit down, look at your specific situation, and figure out exactly what this new act means for you down to the dollar. After that, if it makes sense, we can help you put together a custom plan to make sure you're set up to get the absolute most out of these changes.
Look, the main goal here is simple: to help you move forward and claim the benefits that are rightfully yours. This is your chance to lock in that comfortable retirement you've dedicated your career to. And the best part is, you don't have to navigate all this on your own.
So, after all these years of unfair cuts, the question is pretty simple. Are you ready to finally claim the full benefits you've earned?
If you're nodding your head yes right now, then don't put it off. Get in touch with us to set up that free, totally no obligation consultation. It's the easiest first step you can take to make sure your retirement is as secure and comfortable as you deserve it to be.